wrist. Overall leader of the Dakar on the rest day, Hiroshi Mashioka in his four-wheel drive Mitsubishi Pajero was going like a train. But look at the attitude of Jean-Louis Schlesser's buggy, tilting down on the left-hand side, and navigational problems for Schlesser as he's running what looks to be against rally traffic. Problem with the left-hand side of the car meant that he was struggling, but look at this. Jean-Pierre Fontenay in his blue and white Pajero going the opposite way to that of Schlesser. In the end, it was chaos everywhere. They followed a compass bearing that may have only been a couple of degrees out, but after 30 or 35 kilometers, only a couple of degrees can mean a vast distance. In the end, Jean-Louis Schlesser today lost as good as 1 hour on the 437 kilometer stage. The locals just weren't interested. Also problems for Mashioka, the overall leader. He lost as good as much time as Schlesser. Mashioka did also take the incorrect route with Jean-Louis Schlesser, but likewise mechanical problems rearing an even bigger head for the Japanese driver. He was running a very high water temperature, and at times it was just too much with the cylinders not firing altogether. Therefore, what is the winner of today's stage? Well, that accolade going to Spain's Jose Maria Servia. He was victorious in his sister machine to that of Schlesser. Making a correct navigational job of it all was Germany's Jutta Kleinschmidt in her Mitsubishi. She was the leading Mitsubishi on the stage today, but 19 minutes she was giving to Servia. However, in a 4-hour stage, that was next to nothing. It was dust to lush greenery. However, the revelation of the day goes to Belgium's Stefan Orab in his two-wheel drive VW diesel-engined buggy. It goes without saying he running in T3. Stefan moving the engine from a rear-engined machine last year to a mid-engined machine this year. And as always with VW, their diesel turbo engines, very, very torquey indeed. And that is the thing that you need at times rather than outright power. Fontenay was fourth in his Mitsubishi. Likewise, Souza in his orange and white machine was 5th, 27 minutes back of Servia. Thierry Delaverne was 6th today in his Nissan. However, running through the lush green parts of the stage was actually quite negative. The grass going through the radiator grill onto the radiator itself, and that was blocking the radiator, therefore causing the water temperature to rise. Co-driver, as always, doing a sterling job and clearing the radiator for Thierry. Delaverne's Nissan 6th, but Gregoire de Mavius in the sister Nissan chasing hard, still running with the broken windscreen that has been patched up with a little bit of carbon fibre. De Mavius 7th. Kenjiro Shinazuka making a return to the top 10 after a bad couple of stages, including an electrical fault which they still struggle to find even halfway through the rest day. Shinazuka 8th today. Philippe Vormberg having problems the other day, but coming home 17th today in his two-wheel drive Ford. Pushrod engined, of course. He says, I got a good car for the Paris-Dakar, but at the moment, I've really got to get past Bruno, who's running ahead of me. It's my job, and very hard for me, but I'm always the number 2 driver. And after a long career, it's very difficult for me.
C'est un petit peu dur. Moi, j'ai un petit peu de mal à remplir ce rôle d'assistance rapide parce que j'ai passé beaucoup de temps dans ma petite carrière à assister les autres. Je ne sais pas si la gentillesse paye, mais voilà, c'était convenu de cette façon-là. Donc on est... Voilà.
Ironically, by the time they got to the finish, Bruno Sabi was just a little faster than Vormberg. Former Le Mans winner all the way back in 1972, Henri Pescarolo in his Nissan was chasing the 2 Fords hard, even though he had some navigational errors. Pescarolo 18th today. On board here with Gianni Laura, the Italian driver. He's saying it's been a very difficult stage today, very dusty, and the dunes have been very soft at one point, and then the road has been very hard and smooth at others. And the co-driver interjects, well, I ate something a bit crook last night, and together with the heat of the day, it has accelerated my tummy problem.
Cosa che abbiamo mangiato al bivacco, non stiamo tanto bene e quindi siamo un po' giù di tono. Bisogna farci forza e reggere queste temperature alte.
Not a good time to have a tummy bug. Results today: Servia just over 4 hours, Kleinschmidt as good as 20 minutes back, Orad, fantastic effort from the Belgian, Fontenay and Souza. Masuoka continues to lead, but a 35-minute lead has been slashed to 12. Kleinschmidt in second, Souza, Schlesser losing time, Servia 5th. Jean-Marie Leguin, the co-driver for Servia here, telling us, well, you just had to choose. It's a navigational stage, and if you were on the rolling terrain, it was easy. We were lucky. Kleinschmidt saying, I'm happy because I now know that Schlesser has been lost for over 30 minutes. It's as good as a return of his attitude over the last few days with the penalties that we suffered because of his attitude. Jean-Louis saying, a bad day. The suspension broke. And at the control point, we were with Masuoka and we followed him, but we made a mistake. We did nearly 50 or even 60 kilometers extra today. We made a U-turn back onto our tracks, and the result is the loss of time.
On est revenu, on a fait 50 ou 60 km de trop. On n'a pas voulu passer l'air. Et voilà.
The trucks were continuing after having offloaded some of their spares. And by the time the crews returned to the bivouac, we had a new winner of the trucks today. Johan Peter Reis in his MAN, quickest over the 437 kilometers, taking a time of just over 6 hours. Lopre, the overall leader, was in second place in his Tatra, whilst Mathieu in his Mercedes was third. Lopre leads overall from the Japanese crew of Sugawara. if that stage didn't cause any problems for some of the cars, it certainly did for Schlesser. What can he do tomorrow with the drive to Tijikla, with a stage of 513 kilometres and a very short road section? The Dakar is into its second half as we turn from the Atlantic coast inland back into Africa.